Hello, RoahmMythril here once again, getting back to Magmammal 3, and let's see. I feel like we've been sitting on this costume for a while, so let's try out Maestro. So they're the default player model from Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch. Kinda gives me vibes of like a Robot Master equivalent of a normal Navi. I wonder if that was intended. This is a good look. Who would want to reprogram their display module to look like anyone else? So, pretty standard shots. Okay, no renaming here. It is in fact just Rush. Which, truthfully, that makes sense. Like an 8-bit deathmatch, if you find the adapters in any of the stages, anyone has access to Rush. So, yeah, why not? Nice shoulder tackle there. Okay, and with that, I feel the need to apologize to Maestro for what I feel like we're about to put them through. I have not been spoiled on what's in this stage. But I mean, just knowing it's another stage with a skip teleporter, that already is worrying. The fact that I've had a lot of build-up comments saying things like, oh, that stage, and just fair warning, the next video it will just be one stage. Things like that, yeah, I'm a little worried. Also notably, Neo said something that kind of cracked me up. It was ironic considering the stage we put her through, but he said that male woman dodged a bullet. I can't stand the indignity here. If I'm going to go through all this effort to commit a crime, I should at least be put in a full cell, not a birdcage. This is an utter embarrassment. Can I do anything with this like you can with the cage Beats stuck in 7? No. Anything over here? There's a little crumbled part of that wall, and yeah, I can see myself going behind it. Hi? Drillin'. Would it kill you to wait until after I finished my daring escape before sliding through random holes? Sorry? Okay. We've put this off as long as we can. 132nd place. Arcane Man CHAOS TOWER CERN HQ Remains by Void Visitor. 43 even with a 4.6 in difficulty. Oh boy. 1 exit, 5 tokens. Okay. Okay, so before we get into this one, I do feel the need to give a warning beforehand, and I'm not actually sure if epilepsy warning is the right term. Basically, just be aware there's a lot going on with this stage visually, including instances of a screen suddenly going from almost pitch black to extremely bright, and also in the dark area, there's a set of blocks that keep strobing in and out of existence, and that one legit gave me a bit of a headache, so just be warned and watch with caution. That is bright. Is 3 the record for the number of warning NPCs we've had in this stage? Okay, so huge, difficult, and frustrating hidden items. Alright. Hey, if this is CERN HQ, do you think there's a help desk I could go to for directions? Or at least a lost and found? I'm worried about losing my keys in a place this huge. I've heard the level can take up to an hour. Oh boy, one of these. This level has hard-hitting enemies, harder-hitting bosses, and lots of instant death. That's on top of the brain-bending, demanding, eye-strain-inducing gimmicks. There's a lot going on. Word of advice, watch your step or you'll fall and see stars. Being flung at you. It hurts. Okay. Eef. Some of the tokens in the level were deemed unreasonably hard to find without a guide. Heck, there's one that's hard to find even with the casino upgrades. Scratching intensifies. I'm not going back in there to show you where it is. That's why we have the room to the left. Okay. I didn't mean to talk to you again. Oh. Okay, so face right if you want to leave. Otherwise, you're talking to Can't Find My Keys Man again. Placement! It's a minor issue, it just amuses me. Data. Arcane Man, the Vanisher. A robot created by CERN Robotics Division and Quantum Physics Research Division, led by Dr. Neutrinus T.H. Gray, for the purpose of observing and collecting data of quantum physics behavior normally not understandable by humans' observation. One day he goes berserk for unknown reason and causes many people to go into coma. Okay. Just to be clear, I'm not making fun of somebody for, like, I think it's obvious English is not this person's first language. And so, I mean, you know, all I can really do is read what's written and try and make sense of it. But I'm not poking fun at them. English not your first language? That's totally fine. And I know that they meant that people are going into comas. The reason I'm a bit giggly is the phrase, people going into coma. It just makes me imagine that the overall effect of whatever's going on here is that people are developing super dramatic William Shatner type voices and putting in dramatic pauses all over the place. Now we have taken over the CERN HQ and about to do something with the collider. Someone have to stop him before it's too late. Developer. I just made this stage for fun. I hope that everyone can enjoy this stage to the fullest. Don't take this stage too seriously. We have exam tomorrow. So wait, you did something that apparently is an ambitious enough stage that it takes an hour, and you put all this together with final exams staring you in the face? Not gonna lie, that's impressive in its own right. Alright, let's do this. Oh, you guys. I forget what they're even called. I haven't looked too deeply into the names of Mega Man 11 enemies. Though, I mean, yeah, there's a bestiary right there. Okay, magnet beam icon. Now I have access to magnet beam, so that's not a pickup. Okay, so what are we doing here? Okay, so I can push this with normal shots. Anything up here? But if I shoot this inward, isn't that just going to overlap the energy, or does it go over the spikes? No, it pushes the energy into the spikes. Okay, there has to be a reason for the magnet beam icon. Oh! Okay. That's actually kind of interesting. Custom use for the magnet beam, beyond it just being a platform. Nice. Force beams, less nice. Okay, but I can turn them off, but it's a timed effect, okay. Okay, I can't get up there, so I'm guessing I can block the beam with these. Yeah, there we go. And who are these fancy boys? Okay, so they are just modified Joes with different ammo, it looks like. And I think I just noticed that they do have the foot vulnerability. The dreaded curse of Achilles' toe. Okay, so you guys can have different types of shots. And you, sir, are a problem. Okay, so they're color-coded. Orange ones make the black holes, cyan looks to be electricity, yellow is explosive star bombs. Okay. I think I see what's going on here. Gotta block that. Okay, we have multiple beams, and we just have to block them as we go. Fair enough. Whoa, you have some range on that thing. Okay, the spade token is up there. I'm gonna guess I come around the other way. Yeah, I see you there. Okay, yeah, there's the spade token, but we have a beam coming down. Okay, potentially also good to know that just the magnet beam itself can block those beams if we ever need that. Okay. So if they're white, they just fire like normal Sniper Joe bullets. Capsule! So apparently we have some of these that can just change color at will. A little worrying, but we can deal with this. And checkpoint. Am I gonna have to put some kind of a warning on this video? Okay. So I can just go through these triangle blocks, but not the squares. There's also circles and X's. Welcome to the PlayStation Network. Okay, so what do I do with this information? Okay, now I can go through squares, but not triangles. Okay, so the portals, they change which shapes I can go through, but it only seems to affect triangles and squares. Circles and X's are just always solid, it seems like. Guessing I... Sorry, just got flashbanged by the background. That is a sudden shift. Okay, cannot go through squares right now. Which means I can go through triangles, so I need to be careful there. Why did I just get full-body tackled by a yellow holographic Mega Man doing a dab, and now a green one? What the... Durgan is so confused. Okay, nothing I can do up that way. Oh, that's rude. The star bomb just waits for me. And also, the star bombs apparently don't care what state any of those blocks are in. Good to know. It's not polite to point. Given the setup, I'm guessing the pointing fingers are death spikes. I'm so confused. And I still don't know what's with the dabbing holograms. Yeah, you can't do anything about them. Okay, there's the club token. I can't get rid of the sheep blocks this way. Interesting. Okay, squares are impassable right now. That's a rude little trap with all this strobing going on. Can I get rid of any of the sheep blocks now? Okay, that gets rid of the blue ones. I'm at least fairly sure I touched the yellow ones, but they didn't go away. Is another thing somehow affected by the portals? Honestly, not sure. Okay, but I can't get around to the club token just yet. And I'm not sure what that hologram was. Okay, squares are impassable right now. Okay, I'm gonna need to get rid of the red panels, but I think I can only do so once I've deactivated the hologram machine in this room. Because that's what gets rid of the X blocks. Flashbanged again. That is going to be one recommendation I would make, is don't so suddenly shift from a completely black background to something this bright. That is kind of jarring. What? Excuse me, what? Oh, okay, the big cat face, I guess, is what I'm aiming for. Yeah, I can't do anything to the... the ghost Tama over there. And the screaming Dr. Wileys just explode. What? What even? I do not know what to make of that. Okay, nothing over here. Check left, nothing. Because again, yeah, that is very much a thing in this stage, is transitions from very dark backgrounds to very bright ones. Yoku teleporters? Okay, so blue always sends me back here. Okay. Hi. Oh, rude. Also, that feels like a forced hit. Oh, that is so rude. Yeah, I don't know if there's a way to get out of that. Okay, so we know the blue sends me back. So I guess I have to go over here and then go back through to get up there. Okay. Okay. I guess I'm supposed to dodge the pink teleporters or I end up over here and have to try and go through again. That's the working theory, at least. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Fair enough. Trippy. And if I get caught, it sends me over here. Alright. This continues beyond the teleporter, doesn't it? There's something over there. Bingo, knew it. Okay. Problems? So we're good on tokens so far, at least. You know, we've hit a checkpoint. This just feels weird to me. But it is, in fact, instant death. Alright then. Rude? Maybe give a guy a chance to check out the room. Okay, so it's one of these. And I have to drop that block, okay. But with that out of the way, I'm curious. Okay, nothing up there. Boy, you can change colors, you just don't want to. You just want to use the black hole. Excuse me? Okay, so yellow's just going to send me over here, pink's going to send me over here, blue is progress. Okay. I guess we have the same thing going on here. Wait a minute. Hear me out. Why is this flashing 3 colors? Blue is obviously going to send me down there. Yellow is going to send me up there, and that's progress. But there's seemingly no reason for there to be a pink teleporter here. Aha! Gotcha. I am not sure who that is in the background. We just have the platform here censoring their eyes, but yeah, not sure I recognize who that is. Unless the star token is somehow better hidden than that, I'm guessing that's the one that they were talking about that was hard to find even with guides. I'm glad I noticed that. Okay, these are one-way platforms, okay. The heck are you? Okay, shoot the gems. Block dropper? Water shield? Tornado blow? Okay. Okay, now the center one's open. And it's a black hole that can bring you to death. Okay. Alright. Do you mind? Apparently you mind. Okay, so be ready for that to draw me in. And then you get to just do a full screen nuke, okay? Which there doesn't seem to be a way to stop that. Not sure how to feel about that. Okay, well, we have 1 health. 1 HP in a dream. And dabbing holograms again. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, so you're saying we go this way. Okay. How far this way? Science? Science has failed. Just seemed weird that all the other pits were sealed off. Like, there's no way for me to get down there. This one is also sealed off. And then we just have this one that's open. CERN HQ, OSHA would like to have a word. Weird sudden scroll. Okay, nothing up here. Boss gate. Did I in fact miss the star token? Arcane Man, let us just vanish together. Nice dramatic entrance. Nice instant transmission. Wait, did that not do any damage to me? That's not doing any damage. And then just instant killed me? What? Durgon is confused. And also, I don't seem to be able to slide. My weapons are all disabled. What? Huh? Did something break? Okay, now I can slide again. What the? Okay, hands off. You do weird things to me. Okay, this time you just chose to throw that. And boy, if you do a horizontal slash, you have a range of yes. Excuse me? What? Okay, nice creepy face. Okay, so I guess the mouth thing in the background, obviously not just for decoration. I think that killed me because I stayed in that area too long. But it is also drawing you in actively. Huh. Is that just an endurance thing or what? It also doesn't help that if I'm supposed to be tracking where Arcane Man is going during that phase, he is fairly dark in color and it is a fully black background. And got drawn in. Okay, so we're back at this point again. I keep seeing him falling down. Okay, so I am supposed to hit him at that point. Okay, the little mini black holes that he fires, they're always the same pattern. And I don't think Arcane Man himself can actually hit me during this part. Okay. So now what are you gonna do? Warping black holes, okay. I feel like we're getting close. And I at least feel like I understand the second part a bit better. You are weird. A cool design, but weird. This is not Dragon Ball. Stop with the instant transmission. You are not Goku. Okay, so first phase isn't that bad. I'm kind of getting a pattern during this part. Yeah. Dodge, dodge, get out of the way of the mouth. Okay. Soul. Where is my soul? Okay. So the stage continues. Okay, so maybe I haven't missed the star token yet. That is the only one I'm missing, right? Yeah. Diary introduction. Hello, my name is Dr. Neutrinus Tesla Hazred Gray. I'm a quantum physics researcher. After a while, I realized that to advance our research, we need some device to understand the more complicated quantum physics phenomenon. So, I decided that we need a robot master to help us for this research. As one does. Today, me and my colleagues went to Dr. Light's seminar about robotics evolution in industry. I see that he has many ideas for robotics, but I still don't really have any idea about how to make a robot master for quantum physics, until some voice comes to my head, whispering the name Arcane Man. I talked about it with my colleagues, and they find it interesting, so thus, the Project Arcane Man begin. Skycore installation to Arcane Man has been finished. Now Arcane Man should have CPU frequency able to operate beyond quantum level computing for perceiving quantum phenomenon. With this, now we can finally advance our research. We will have busy schedule from now on, but let's start from near-death experience and where does the soul go after death. Well, this escalated quickly. Arcane Man just solved the mystery of vanishing particle. I'm so proud of him for this great achievement. It would be a great stepping stone for humanity to solve the great mystery of the universe. What I don't like is that everyone started to call him the Vanisher. It makes him more menacing than he should be. I don't know, he was kind of menacing during that fight, just saying. Lately, Arcane Man started to talk strangely. He started asking me if he has soul too, and other philosophical questions. I don't know where he get the idea to ask that, but he was not designed to be able to think like that. My colleagues joked that maybe he contacted alien beings by accident. Is it just me, or the atmosphere of CERN HQ started to get worse? Lately people started to get tired easily, as if their energy were being absorbed. Also maybe just my feeling, but at split second, I thought I saw Arcane Man's eyes became red. I thought it is always yellow? Did someone install this feature without us knowing? That cannot be. No one should have been doing that without clear purpose. Maybe I'm just too tired, just like my colleagues. Arcane Man gone berserk. How can that be? We have been very careful when we designed him. Not only the programming was strictly to obey the 3 laws of robotics, we don't even give him any weapons at all. So how could that possibly be? CERN HQ has been taken over by Arcane Man alone, and many of the scientists there went comma. The surviving ones only said that he is hijacking Hadron Collider for unknown reason. That thing is dangerous, as if not used properly, it could potentially wipe out a planet, but I don't think that's his motive. There must be... I guess I collapsed during the previous diary. I think my time is near, so this might be the last diary. Arcane Man maybe has contacted another dimension and found the truth that we humans maybe never know. That Hadron Collider will be used to break aether barrier that separate dimensions? Different dimension is just a theory, but our research has always been directed to prove its existence, and Arcane Man wants to do that for unknown reasons. I'm sorry, but I hope humanity doesn't stop their progress in quantum physics just because of this incident. There are whole brand new worlds that await us to discover them, and I am still excited to see that future come. Warning. The door in front of you leads to a teleporter to Akashic Record. It is still beta tested, so we cannot guarantee the safety of the user, nor we know what lies there. It might be dangerous, but who knows, something valuable can be found there. So we have a ladder and an opening up top, as well as the gate. Okay, nothing up there. Okay, that's where the exit is. News. This just in. The people that went comma from Arcane Man's attack has been recovered. When we interview them, most of them respond that they feel like they were inside a beautiful dream and does not want to be awakened. Bzzt, bzzt. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy the ride. So there's definitely more to this. And also, again, for the record, I do want to state, I'm not trying to poke fun at somebody that English obviously isn't their first language. All I can really do is read what's written and try and follow along, which, it is a kind of complicated story, so it does make it a little tricky at times. Like, I don't know if the creator of the stage had any option to reach out to somebody that was maybe more familiar with the language to do any proofreading, or if maybe the rules of the contest forbade that, because, like, I know sometimes they they get a little iffy about reaching out to get help from others on things and want you to do everything on your own. So I don't know if that was a strict rule with this or anything. Mew. And I guess Ichi. Oh, and very high jumps. Okay. But to what end? Trippy. And for some reason really wants me, it really makes me want to play billiards. Just to check if there's anything over here. There is not. Hi there, Arcane Man. Welcome to Akashic Record, the origin singularity of all creation. This is the place where we were before being born. You were born to the world first, before me. How does it feel to come to such majestic place? Dots. You're not really Arcane Man, are you? Who are you, and what do you want? Pretty observant you are. We are the observer of the world and keeping its cycle continue. You can call us the grand scheme. Through eons we have seen all creation suffer for the sake of being suffering. You see this body? Humans create him with laws that prevent him to harm them. Yet humans keep harming themselves and others. At first it was humorous, but after a while we have grown tired of this paradox of irony. So we decided to bring an end to their suffering and return them all here. That's why you manipulated Dr. Neutronus? Yes. To manifest to the world, we need a vessel that can communicate to this place perfectly. That's why Arcane Man was born. Unfortunately, he come here and shown all the suffering through all history and feels it himself, as if he was experienced it himself. Poor soul. But didn't he just break the 3 laws of robotics? How could such thing possibly happen? Since when do you think that human soul and robots are different? They are made of the same thing. Humans unknowingly discover the secret of this place. And what is the measure of being harmful? Those laws flawed. Now that you heard many things, how about forgetting the idea to fight, and just rest here eternally? Dots. It's true that humans sometimes choose to suffer. Sometimes we just too tired to fight. It's endless. But we choose to continue to live. Only by living that a soul has a value. And that value will shine brighter the more beautifully we live. No matter the pain and suffering we experience. Dots. Are you being controlled by someone? Hello! Is the one controlling you have the same idea as you? Maybe they have, maybe not. Maybe they just find controlling you fun and just want to kill time. Has it ever occurred to you that those kind of thought came from the same entity like us, except they did it to preserve the suffering in this world for their own amusement? I don't know. But we have gone through a lot. Those moments we have in life must have some meaning. I won't betray what I have gone through for all my life. So in the end we have to decide it in the usual ways, Very well. It would be more interesting this way anyway. But as you see, this part of Akashic Record is our domain. We will fight with our full potential here. Here goes. Don't just blue screen on me. Now let this place be the judge of our beliefs. Aha, 2 health bars, okay. Excuse me? Oh. Okay, that damages me as long as I'm in the field of that. And it made a black hole there at an instant death pit. Okay, and if I shoot you while you have that barrier, you make explosions around yourself. Okay. Okay, meteors again. Okay, which he can aim them all around himself. And you can just dash at me, alright. Okay. So we've at least seen a bit of what he can do. Okay, if I get him to explode that up there, it at least doesn't destroy any of the floor. You're dashing after me. Yes, you are. Meteors. Meteors. Because, yeah, those kind of track you a bit, so getting around the meteors is a bit on the tricky side. And so it's why he likes using it so much, apparently. Okay, that kind of works. Oh, now what? Okay, so you can teleport your black holes, alright. Okay, so we did get down to the second health bar, though. So I'm at least getting the hang of what he can do in the first phase, I think. The meteors are still tricky to react to. Okay, so yeah, it seems like you always lead with this. I can at least hit you up there twice if I get good timing. Okay, so that's good to know. This is... No, he teleported to do meteors. I thought he was going to do the dashing attack, but he chose not to. Alright. And swing and a miss. Okay, now you're dashing. Meteors. Okay, that seems like a good way of dealing with that, if I can get good timing. Meteors. Okay, second phase. Okay, so you're easier to deal with than the one on the right. Okay, we're doing this again. Didn't get the second shot. So are we back to just your normal attacks? No, we're not. I got hyper beamed. I do tend to get roughed up a good bit during the during the second phase where it's the two clones of Arcane Man. Okay, at least didn't get a block destroyed, so that's good. Meteors. Okay, so yeah, I think first time I've gotten tagged by that attack. Didn't quite fully get out of that one this time. Panicked, went the wrong way. I'm not sure how that didn't hit me. Shouldn't you have disappeared by now? There we go. Of course, I have 1 HP left. It might be better to just pepper shots during that part. Yeah. Magnetic shockwave? You can't do that. That's mine. Meteos for the good of the world. It's not doing me any favors. What? Not entirely sure what actually got me there, because the hitboxes on those feel weird. There were times where those felt like they shouldn't have hit me. Times where it felt like they should have, but didn't. It's hard to tell, though, since I only had 1 HP at that point. I survived longer than I thought I would, being totally honest. I do feel like we are closing in on the end. As much as getting the extra hit in there is nice, I'm more concerned with just keeping the terrain if I can. Okay, so I guess while he has that shield up, I actually cannot do any damage to him. Okay, yeah, that one didn't go well, and learning that I can't hit him while the shield is up. Okay. For some reason I thought I was still doing damage when he did that. It was just that he also had a counterattack, but no, it seems to completely protect him. Long invincibility periods. We can do this. I also just don't really know what defines whether or not he gets to put his shield up or not. Because, like, sometimes he has it during the meteor attack, sometimes he doesn't. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about the black hole part of the fight, just constantly drawing you in. I jumped right into the beam. Timing on that one, it's hard to tell what you're supposed to do to avoid that one. Honestly, I'm gonna give this one more just completely fair shake, and then we're using tanks. Because I've been at this almost an hour now. I don't know why sometimes I can get through that and sometimes just nothing doing. It's the fact that the teleporting black holes can just draw you in that makes that part very tricky to get around. I feel like I kind of get that attack, but the sheer spamming of it. It doesn't give you a lot of time to counterattack, and the timing of getting around it is just very, very finicky, it feels like. No? You went and did meteors. With the shield. How'd I not get hit by that? Who knows? Okay, now you're actually doing the tackle attack. Okay, yeah, we got this far without using an E-Tank. I feel like that's pretty good. Yeah. He has a shield, so I don't think I can do anything to him right now. He's just going to counterattack. Okay, the shield is gone. Shield is back up. Is that it? Kuh. Haha. It seems that your willpower is stronger. To think there is someone out there having willpower strong enough to draw the power of Akashic Record. We have no regret living this long enough to see this happens. Unfortunately, it seems the clash of our will has warped this area. It will recover by itself, but not before erasing anything around out of existence. Too bad you have to be erased too. But don't worry. Your willpower will always live on and pass to another being. In the world of pain and suffering you believe and cherished so much. Farewell. You what? Sorry. Ooh, white text, white background. Because of us everything became like this. We only bring grief and sadness to the world. What's left in us are guilt and emptiness. But don't worry. We're still waiting for the judgment to come to us. We will atone for our mistakes while waiting. We will always remember. Until the day finally come. Huh? What was that voice? Huh? I'm still alive? What's happening now? Huh? What the? Hi? Huh? What is that? Who are you? Okay, well, there's the star token, I guess. What? Was that an angel? Did angel really does exists? Oh, I have no time to think about that. I have to find a way out from here. So that's everything but the exit. Arcane Man biodata. Name, Arcane Man the Vanisher. A robot master created for quantum physics phenomenon research. Being instrumental to observe and solve the behavior of mysterious vanishing particles, he is nicknamed the Vanisher. Becoming more unstable as the research progressed, he started to talk strange things to anyone around him. It is rumored that he got in contact with mysterious being from different dimension, or jokingly, got reprogrammed by alien being. Good point, calm. Bad point, confusing. Likes, research. Dislike, fighting. Hobbies, watching melodramas. After being defeated, government has decided that Arcane Man is too dangerous to be functional, and so they decided to destroy him. Media published that the cause of his berserk was because Dr. Wily reprogrammed him. Humanity is not ready indeed. ArcaneMan biodata. Name, ArcaneMan, the Grand Scheme. Technically not a robot master, just an embodiment of the will of the Grand Scheme, taking a form that is comfortable to its witness. Good point. Questions. Bad point. Questions. Likes, questions. Dislikes, questions. Hobbies, questions. After being defeated, ArcaneMan's fate is unknown. Developer. If you have read this message, then you've beaten ArcaneMan. Congratulations. If you ever want to play this stage again, you can try to press Shift plus M button before defeating Hadron to change the stage music for a different experience. I was still used to the high jump, so I almost missed that. Credits. Most of original sprites, including Arcane Man and ArcaneMan sprites, are created by myself. Wow! Okay, yeah, with exams staring you in the face, you did a lot. I definitely have to give you that. Some of them are modified from DevKit. Some of the background and tiles come from internet. The sound effects come from various games, namely Mega Man X series and... King of Fighters series? That's the only KOF I know. Stage music comes from Digimon World 2, 3, Dragon Seeds, Tales of Zestiria, Musashi Samurai Legend, Star Ocean 2, and Heaven's Memo Pad. More detail on credits are on spreadsheet. Okay, and that leads us back here, and we are done. Oh, right. Completely forgot we got a capsule. Wily Castle, Mega Man 4. How's a scent of freshly baked baguettes wafting on the winter breeze? Yes, the good old baguette tower. Everyone loves it. Okay, so, yeah. I do put this on the side of a stage that maybe fell into the trap of this is my one chance to do something like this. I have to make something huge to leave an impression. And it maybe got a little too ambitious for its own good. But the thing is, overall, I surprisingly enjoyed most of this stage. There were a few gotcha traps here and there, like that one room with the force beams and a black hole Starboy that immediately pulls you into one without really giving you a chance to look at the layout of the room, but it's right after a checkpoint, so it's not too egregious of an issue. Figuring out all the puzzles surrounding the tokens, at least the first 4, that felt pretty good. I actually liked some of the gimmicks there. Giving Magnet Beam a purpose beyond just being a utility for climbing was actually pretty cool. And I honestly felt kind of clever for noticing the thing about the color teleporter and, wait, that color doesn't belong. So, I feel happy about that one. I will say the bosses, and I do feel bad saying this, because I can tell a lot of effort and love and blood, sweat, and tears went into programming those bosses, but I feel like they just didn't quite gel with me. Not from a design aspect. Design-wise, they look pretty cool. It's the fight itself. Just some of the attacks just didn't really feel well telegraphed, and there's also issues that you have, like with Arcane Man. If he does a sideways slice after he does his instant transmission move, he just has a range of yes, which is kind of difficult to deal with. The second phase of that fight, once you figure out what's going on, it's kind of easy to figure out a pattern with the black holes and the mouth in the background and everything, but it is still hard to kind of track Arcane Man since he's dark-colored against a dark background. Visuals, honestly, are also another thing that I kind of had issues with. There were so many moments of getting flashbanged by going from total darkness to total brightness. And I will admit, during the main hologram section where you're first dealing with those kind of neon line blocks, the way they kept strobing in and out on a black background, I think that was starting to mess with me a little bit. I think that gave me a bit of a headache. So, there is that. I'm probably going to post some sort of, like, visual warning for this stage. Just, you know, kind of watch things like that. Sudden, eye-searing backgrounds after total darkness, it's not great. The stage itself, though, all the puzzles and gimmicks I thought were really interesting. So, yeah, this stage is kind of a mixed bag for me. But I did really like the puzzle aspect, and again, the fact that you did something this ambitious, with exams staring you in the face, that honestly is impressive. Because, like, again, I don't know the full rules of this contest, I don't know how long you had in total to work on your stage and get it finished and turned in, and I'm not sure how well that coincided with your class schedule, but dang. I don't know. Words stopped coming after that. I guess that's my takeaway from this stage is, dang. But either way, we completed it. So with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, owie, that last fight was painful. I'm sure it is doable without using tanks, but yeah, there were definitely some parts there that hurt a lot. Durgan's gonna go play something else for a bit.